Hey, guess who screwed up the sound recording of this episode and therefore has to continue this game for a bit with no in-game sounds or music whatsoever, meaning I'll just have to slap a random song over this? It was me! So welcome back to Pokemon Reborn. As you can see, we're in a cave and it's no huge loss that the in-game music isn't here because the soundtrack to this cave is worryingly dubsteppy, which I'm not putting up with. Unfortunately, it looks like Rock Smash is needed to fully traverse this place, but I don't have Rock Smash, so I'm just going to climb down the ladder and see what's going on. And what's going on is this is yet again a very suspiciously well-lit cave. I don't understand why caves in these games aren't just complete darkness. I mean, they used to be. That was the whole point behind the move Flash. Not that I'm complaining about us not having to have the HM Flash, good lord, that was the worst. But here is a Sandshrew, and I think Sandshrews are awesome. So I'm going to capture this one and add it to my collection of awesome animals. Robert is going to be the one to get the Sandshrew for us, and he's going to do that using Takedown because I don't know what Sandshrews' special defense is like, and I don't want to risk accidentally slobber-knocking it. I mean, as far as I can remember, poison is not very effective against ground, but you never do know. Sludge is a very strong move. Let's see what's about to happen. What's about to happen is I'm about to throw a Pokeball at this Sandshrew, and it's going to be ours forever and ever. No, okay, never mind. Almost had it. Luckily, Swift is a very weak move. So, thank God it decided to use that instead of Fury Swipes, because as we saw earlier, it gets very lucky with Fury Swipes. It gets to hit 5 times because it's a very lucky Sandshrew, but now it belongs to us, thus making it even luckier, because we are the best Pokemon trainers. When it curls up into a ball, it can make any attack bounce off harmlessly. That is not true. So, what are we going to name this lovely little light? I think we're going to have to name it Luckily, after its incredible performance in that battle. Will I add Sandshrew ///? Why do I even bother to commentate these? Will I add this Pokemon to my team? That is the question I'm going to ask, and the answer is I don't know. Something is going to have to replace Ratty Boy at some point, because as beloved as he is only Eradicate, and, you know, Raticates, after a while, stop being quite so powerful as they are now. So, and especially when we get to some later gym leaders, which the game says are going to be pretty tough as nuts, I'm going to need something slightly tougher than Eradicate, such as a Golem. A Golem would be cool, so let's see if we can get this Graveler. Good heavens, it looks like its attacks are strengthened by the cave, and again, I'm loving this field system. I'm glad to see it utilised so much in the game. It's not just like a one-off gimmick, it's omnipresent, and I'm actually going to sort of miss this system when I go back to just playing normal Pokemon games, because I think it's really well done. And I think it adds a cool, dynamic dimension to battles, and I love that. And again, with gym leaders, it serves as a nice organic way to make them more difficult than they should be, thus making them more recognisable as boss battles. So yeah, the field system is fantastic, and Nintendo, if they find out about this game, or if they already know about this game, which they probably should do because it's pretty well known, it's all over the internet, but if they know of it, they should take a leaf from its book. I wouldn't mind seeing this field system in proper games. I think it's cool. But what's not cool is wild Pokemon that use self-destruct. That should not be allowed. That was a bad day for all concerned. There is a strange man I dare not approach, and there is a strange sparkly stone that is interesting. This could be a choice spot to dig. Aha, another explorer of the world below. How do you do? Or perhaps we meet by chance? You haven't discovered the wonders of the underground world. How tragic. But fear not, my friend. I have just the cure for what ails you. Here you go. And there you go. TM94 Rock Smash now belongs to us. Use that item to bust through the stone and explore what truly lies beyond, although you'll need the pad from Lapis Gym to use it. So what that tells me is we're either going to be back in this cave for story reasons, or after we beat Shelly, the gym leader, we're going to just have to take it on ourselves to come down here and see what goodies await. Speaking of goodies awaiting, here is a Diglett, who is an awesome Gen 1 Pokemon. I absolutely love Diglett and Dugtrio, and have in fact used one of them in competitive battling before. They pack a punch, but what they don't pack is any sort of defensive capability, so what I was hoping would be like a light tap on the shoulder did in fact end up annihilating that Diglett. So no Diglett for us, that's a shame. So let's just carry on exploring this strange cave that is clearly not natural, because natural caves don't have stairs, to the best of my knowledge anyway. So by the looks of it, we've got Sandshrews, Gravelers, and Digletts down here. Maybe there's like a super rare Pokemon that you need to search that's, you know, like a 1 in 100 chance of turning up, but I'm not going to stick around long enough to find out. I'm pretty sure that this game doesn't really do that. By the looks of it, its rare Pokemon are sort of like one-time only encounters that you have to feed snacks to, and that's fine by me because of the many things in the real Pokemon series that are great, having to patrol the same patch of grass to find a rare Pokemon for hours and hours and hours is not one of them. How was that for a complicated roundabout sentence? Oh yes, what I'm trying to say is that searching for rare Pokemon in a randomly generated system is just not fun. So the less of that this game does, the better. Now as you can see, this cave is in fact kicking the ass of my team, so we're going to bring Rita up ahead just so that she can tango any enemies who may wish to tangle with us. But what have we found here? It is a Geodude. By rights it should be a Graveler because it's level 25, but I guess it somehow pressed the B button on itself and has remained. But that is fine by me because this means I get to add Geodude and Graveler to my Pokédex, which is just perfection in a bottle. So, this Geodude, unless it explodes, is gonna be ours. Now as you can see, I used Rock Tomb with the Nature Power, but I don't dare use anything else, because Geodude will just die. But luckily, we've caught it anyway. Who said you need to weaken Pokemon? It climbs mountain paths by using only the power of its arms because they look just like boulders lining paths. Hikers may step on them or something. Would we like to give a nickname? Yes, we would. And prepare for the most botched nickname in history. I wanted to call it... I can't even remember, but it wasn't Miser. I didn't want to call it Miser, but then I decided to go with it. And we came up with Miserly Old Ma. I wanted to put Miserly Old Man, but it turns out you can't put in that many letters, and I just hit enter without noticing, so behold, the Miserly Old Ma, the crusty mother who does not pay for things very often. Whoa, whoa! What a fantastic name. Best Pokemon nickname in history. Now, I'm trying to remember what I initially wanted to call it, because it had nothing to do with being miserly. That was just a typo that I decided to roll with, so what's a letter or two off from miserly? What was my old brain thinking? Speaking of, though, are we going to get this Diglett? No, we're not. Magnitude, pop, pop! And, oh my god. So this is what I mean about it being a very cool, dynamic system. The Magnitude caused the ceiling to collapse in and kill both of us. That is cool. I love the idea of the environment just affecting attacks in that way, because, you know, it could just be a generic, the cave strengthened Magnitude's attack, but no, it was a very specific thing that makes sense. And it doesn't make sense that we survived that unscathed, but it makes sense in the context of the battle, and I think that's cool. So now with my team just utterly devastated, I am going to have to rush back to the Pokemon Center, lick my wounds, and return. Victoria's probably fine. She doesn't mind waiting around for me. So now that we've done that, let's head on back. Now, it is still raining, I've noticed. From what I understand, this game, like, I don't know if it's like constantly connected online or if it's just like an offline thing that's programmed but predictable, but I've checked forums and people like have weather forecasts on the forums, and as far as I know, weather sort of changes on a weekly basis. So I guess it's raining all this week, but I don't actually know the days in which the weather changes, so that is interesting to know. And the weather, in addition to just sort of, you know, having the odd effects for weather teams and stuff, it also like affects what random effects are going to happen, what random events are going to happen. Like that Teddiursa I was chasing way at the start, apparently that is only available to find on clear sunny days. So if I were to go around looking for that Teddiursa now, just would not be able to find it. So there you go. Interesting stuff, and I've made it down the mudslide, and let's see what we can find. Now this bit was this was actually silent. In the main game, when you got down there was no musical sound or anything, so that was quite cool. It was gave me a real sense of foreboding, but sadly the only thing there was a lunatone that I couldn't catch because there were rocks in the way. And need the lapis gem badge before I can get to that. So what do we have? An ability capsule. This does not exist in the main games. Well, it kind of does, but I don't think it's called an ability capsule. I wanted to get Rita Swift Swim, but sadly she got Own Tempo. I didn't even know they could get Own Tempo. Thought Pokemon could only have a choice of 2 abilities. So that would mean that Rain Dish, Own Tempo, and Swift Swim make up 3, which means that Own Tempo must be a hidden ability. Which, as cool as hidden abilities are, I didn't want it. I wanted Swift Swim, but never mind. We'll find a way around it. I don't even know what Own Tempo does. As far as I remember, isn't it like you're not affected by status changes, or you are immune to confusion, or something like that? I can't remember. You know what? I'm just going to look it up right now. Since I'm sitting at my computer while I'm recording my voice, might as well just hit up the old Google and see what we've got. Pokemon Own Tempo. Prevents Pokemon from being afflicted by confusion. That is not useful at all for Ludicolo as far as I know. It's not like they learn Outrage or anything else that might induce confusion. I guess it's just a sneaky defense in case I should ever come up against an enemy that uses Swagger. But then, yeah, no, Swagger tends to happen online, so there you go, mystery solved. That's what Own Tempo is for. To slightly stymie the plans of the enemies. And here's a Pokemon I wasn't expecting to see, just because Unknown, or Unknown, or Unown, or whatever, they are so steeped in lore that I can't picture them as just like a wild Pokemon that exists. Like, there's always got to be a story. When they appeared in Gen 2, there was sort of a major story surrounding them, with the ruins of Alph, I think it was. And of course, they appeared in the 3rd Pokemon movie, and like they've never appeared in the anime, as far as I know. I stopped watching after the Johto League because I was a big boy and couldn't watch anime anymore. But as far as I know, they've never sort of appeared innocuously in the anime. They were only in the film doing like big important things. So I always think of them as being a big important Pokemon. I mean, I know they're not, they're weak and terrible in terms of battle, but in terms of what they mean for like the universe and the lore, they're big and important, so it was strange just to see them floating around. I don't even know what letter this one's supposed to be. Is it like a P? No, it can't be a P. An O? I don't know. I just don't know, but either way, this one is mine. Am I going to catch all of them? No. This Pokemon is shaped like ancient text characters, although research is ongoing. It is a mystery as to which came first, the writing or the Pokemon. Probably the Pokemon? What am I going to call this? Baby Cthulhu, I remember now. Because, you know, as I was saying, steeped in lore, they have something really weird going on with them. They're quite godlike in their way, so Baby Cthulhu it is. And what is going on here?
Tell me, did you have any idea such a place as this existed? Most do not. Most people are ignorant, worse, oblivious. And do you know what's beyond that gate? Heh! It's the very core of the Reborn region, a vast power, unrivaled by any other. This is a sacred place. So tell me, how absolutely insolent must one be to build a city over such a precious site? That is Reborn, the City of Insolence. It was built on 4 key powers. You can see it in the city symbols. Observe! The power of pure ruby, the seal of pain. Sapphire, the seal of love. Emerald, the seal of faith. And Amethyst, the seal of the Beyond. Each one is a key. When the four are brought together, Reborn's true power, its sacred right, will be restored. We will be rid of this malignant junkyard of a city. Beauty can be restored to the world. And perhaps you're wondering just why I'm telling you this. It's better that you know. Everyone should know. You can go free. Your friend too. She's being held just ahead. Do what you will to the clowns who keep her there. Off I trot.
Alright, interesting. Who are these characters? I don't think I've met him before, though maybe he was the sort of sinister guy who was hanging around the plant. When you start to get so many characters that are called question mark, question mark, question mark, it piles on, essentially. We weren't? Oh, fine, we'll capture ourselves here and now. Half-5, got your back. We can do this. You be quiet, missy. Just make me. Alright, there you go. I missed most of that dialogue, but now it's battle time against Eclipse and Asta, who once absolutely devastated me back in the aforementioned power plant, so I'm assuming that that guy there was the evil guy, but he doesn't look like the evil guy. And last time the evil guy was happy to fight us, like, he had a crowbat, but this time he was just like, nah, I don't wants to fight nobody. So, are they the same character? I don't know, because everything is so bloody mysterious. And again, like I was saying last video, so many mysteries are piling up that when they get solved, I probably won't remember the setup. So, it's going to be interesting. Sadly, Robert could only lay the foundation for one set of toxic spikes, so future Pokemon will only be poisoned, not badly poisoned, and that's sad. But now it's time for Rita to blow her bubbles upon the world. Unfortunately, she jumped right into a Psy-Wave, which means she can't really take another hit, but I believe in you, Rita. I believe that you are a powerful little munchkin. Speaking of powerful little munchkins, Pig Knight with the 5-hit arm thrust. I mean, it's not the greatest move, because these Pokemon are defensively heavy, being rock types, and they're also joint psychic types, which negates the weakness to arm thrust, but still, 5 hits, you just can't say no to that. Unfortunately, these guys have super potions, which makes them jerks, and poor old Rita just could not stand up. So now it is time for Edible Fred. Edible Fred is, you know, she's just ready, okay? She has got Razor Leaf, which again, not great, because these rock Pokemon are defensively powerful, but they are rock Pokemon, which means that Razor Leaf will be super effective, which should negate some of their high defenses, and we'll see soon. We got quite lucky in this battle, actually. It was quite a difficult battle, and the enemy Pokemon, like, a lot of their attacks didn't hit. We either missed them, or they misfired, or we dodged or evaded, or whatever, but I don't know, this could have gone very different for us. Spoilers, I win. This could have gone very different for us if we didn't get so many sort of lucky misses there, so either way, Razor Leaf is doing its job, slowly but surely. I mean, it's able to hit both Pokemon, which makes it slightly more useful than anything else I could be doing at this moment. Fortunately, it looks like their supply of Super Potions will never end, and Psy-Wave, there you go, look, it missed. Psy-Wave is going to devastate Edible Fred if it ever actually hits, because it is a psychic attack. Now, if I recall, Psy-Wave for some reason does not obey the laws of physics. Pokemon physics, that is. It does not... It's not either super effective to something or not very effective to something, it just sort of hits with normal effectiveness, and I think the damage which it hits for is like wildly different, and that's like what Psy-Wave's gimmick is all about. So one turn it can hit for crapple, the other turn it can just devastate the enemy, that's how it is. But as you can see, the Magmar is here, the Magmar is poisoned, so Robert's legacy lives on. Fortunately, Edible Fred will not live on with the Magmar in the vicinity, because Magmars are fire types, Edible Fred's a grass type, it's just... oh, it's not a good matchup, let me tell you. Luckily, Pig Knight is here to cover the slack. Pig Knight's got a rollout. I got in the Leech Seed, which is of course the best attack in the game. There you go, Edible Fred is back in the green. Edible Fred might even just survive whatever's coming her way. We'll just have to see, won't we? So what are we going to do now? We're of course going to Raise Leaf because the Magmar is clearly about to go down. Soul Rock still needs sorting out. Edelfred's in the red, would probably be knocked out were it not for that Leech Seed hit, so thank the good lord for Leech Seeds, and there you go. Magmar is gone. Edelfred is just out of control. She is leveling up all over the place. I am going to be the proud owner of a Venusaur very, very soon if this keeps up. Oh, unfortunately, Edelfred just was not super effective enough. The Soul Rock still lives. But the Electabuzz's days are numbered, thanks to Robert. You may be gone, Robert, but you're not forgotten. You may be gone, Edelfred, but you are not forgotten. But now it is time for the unlikely hero, Ratty Boy, to bring this battle home. First of all, that super fast Soul Rock is just causing all sorts of problems. We cannot let it live any longer. And that's where Ratty Boy comes in. When your enemy seems too fast to take down, good old Quick Attack is all you need. Assuming your enemy is on low health. If not, Quick Attack is terrible. But in this case, Quick Attack was the best move in the game. So there you go. The ally Scraggy used High Jump Kick. Not even the correct spelling of high. But this is Pokemon, we forgive it. You're infuriating! I am a dick on a stick. Ugh! What's even the point?
Oh, fine, go on. The boss said it was fine if you escaped anyway.
We'll be leaving now. But hey, just because you beat us, doesn't mean you won. Ta-ta.
Ah, thank you for coming for me, Huffbar. I knew you would. Don't worry, I'm not hurt or anything. All their boss did was talk to me. He told me about that gate up there. He was monologuing. You too? How strange. Do you think maybe it's better for them somehow if people know about this place? I don't get it. Oh! I've been down here for so long I forgot about Shelly. Ha! I hope she's okay. I'm gonna go back to the Lapis gym and check on her. See ya, Huffbar. Thank you again. Really.
Alright, well, looks like our adventures down in the cave are over, at least for now. Obviously, once we get Rock Smash, there is a whole lot of exploring to do, and I still want to get a Diglett, so there is much to do. And here, you know, I'm having a little bit of a mini-explore to see what's going on. But there are just Geodudes and wild Pokemon in general, just mucking up my day and making everything difficult. So what have we got? Oh! At first, I was worried that, like, oh my god, I've missed out on so much. But when you look back, there is a very, very tiny hint that the rest of that was raised. That's the problem with all this 2D-ness. You just can't see properly. So there we go, we've got a Diglett. We've got to catch that Diglett immediately because, as we can see, they cannot be trusted. My keyboard was weirding out there, hence why I couldn't go down. But then I did go down, and Diglett will be not ours. And unfortunately, it used Sucker Punch, which doesn't do anything, but it upsets us ever so slightly. So there we go, it's Pokeball time again. Can we have a brand new friend? Yes, we can. So there you go, Diglett is here. They're raised in most farms because whenever they burrow, the soil is perfectly tilled for growing delicious crops. And as someone who loves delicious things, I thank you, Pop Pop, my new Diglett friend. Now, it's just the way it is. So, as far as I can tell, it's just Digletts, Sandshrews, Geodudes and Gravelers. We've got to get out of here. We've got to run. We've got to get back to the surface world so we can breathe a sigh of relief. And as far as I can tell, unless there's more dilly-dallying, then what's coming up next is a gym leader battle, which is going to be just absolutely fabulous. We're all going to have a great time. And hopefully this gym leader will be a little bit more difficult because the last couple have been lackluster. I mean, the first one was hard as nuts. The second one was a cool challenge. The third one, I think I got it in one hit, didn't I? I did, and then sad things happened. So hopefully this gym leader is going to give us a bit more of a struggle, a bit more of a fight. Because I'm a glutton for challenge, and just a glutton in general. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. Pokemon is just the best fun ever. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.